Today what we're going to talk about are the two roads. These are very important roads to be aware of as an artist because the line is very thin and it's not always clear when you're going backwards. So I want to highlight some red flags and talk about how you can stay on the correct path, essentially. We got two roads. We got the road to riches, which is right here. And then you have the road to ruin, right here. This is you. And you have a decision at any moment. Any moment in time, you can be on either path. Any microsecond. You can either going towards, taking a step towards the road to riches or towards the road to ruin. And in this video I'm going to attempt to show you if you're going, you can do a self-audit to see, am I on the road to ruin or am I on the road to riches? As a music artist for over 25 years and as a producer for over 19 years, I've encountered many artists who unfortunately go to the road to ruin. And it's usually because of the 4 M's. Music videos, mixing, mastering, and marketing. These are all important items, but it's very important where you put them in the list of priorities. And 90% of artists put them in the wrong place. They put them way too high on the scale. These are not that important. Music videos, mixing, mastering, and marketing. They're irrelevant if you don't have a banger. The energy is always first. That's why I teach the metaphysics of music. Because I'm sick of opening up my social media and seeing people teaching bullshit. Seeing people teaching artists how to go on the road to ruin. I've been in this shit over 20 years. And I know when an artist is going on the road to ruin. Why? Because they're talking about, oh, I gotta get the music video before I drop it. Oh, the mix isn't ready yet. You don't have any songs out. You know, oh, I gotta get the ads, I gotta get the marketing. I have like 3 songs out. No. Incorrect. These are irrelevant if the energy is not mastered. So these are of secondary importance, and these are usually used. First is like overthinking. Overthinking makes you think about all this stuff too much. And then overthinking creates stagnancy. Because to get to the road to riches, you gotta use movement. That means taking action. That means posting, even if you don't feel like it. That means putting out the song, even if it's not ready. That means focus on quantity over quality, and then quantity and quality. Movement creates momentum. And that leads to magic. And not magic in the way that's like, oh, poof, everything's just gonna fall into place. It's not gonna happen like that. Things appear like magic. The synchronicities occur. You're at the right place at the right time. You're meeting the right people. Why? Because you're now in rhythm. Because you've been moving. You've been taking action. You've been making causes. And you've built momentum. You're riding higher and higher on a wave, like a dolphin. You're riding this wave, and it keeps getting bigger and bigger. And then it appears like magic. And everything starts to spiral up quicker and quicker. And compound interest. Just like compound interest, how compound interest works at the bank, when you save money and you keep increasing, when you have a high yield savings account, right? The same thing occurs with energy when you're moving and you have momentum. Then the things appear like magic and you're on the road to riches. I'm not talking about riches in terms of money. I'm talking about riches in terms of energy. This is an energetic graph here. These roads are both energy. The road to riches, the road to ruin. And I want to prevent you from going on this road to ruin at all costs. So, let's go back to the road to ruin. Overthinking then causes you to think you need all this stuff. Music video, mixing, mastering, marketing. And what's really rooted in that is fear of success. You're afraid of success. Especially if you come from a background where there were no successful artists or entrepreneurs. Like you're going through the jungle pioneering a path. And when you start to get close to success, it's going to feel like a threat because it's not familiar. So you need to be aware of this, first of all. And then you need to start to work at it. By first surrounding yourself with people who are making money on the thing that you want to make. Because then you break the glass ceiling, you break the disbelief, like, oh, I can't make money on music, oh, I can't make money as an artist, can't make good money. You got to get yourself around people who are doing it. And then you have to be aware that this is the rooted fear on why you're overthinking and making all these excuses. And so then you need to keep it gutter. The solution to overthinking and all this stuff is keep it gutter. Keep it gutter is your key. Keep it authentic, keep it real, just keep it in the moment. That's your key to start going on the road to riches. That's your key to start moving. It took me like 900 videos to finally go viral on Instagram and quadrupled my followers in 2 weeks. Why? Because I kept it gutter. I don't even have a microphone right now. I thought in one in my head before I filmed this, and I was like, I don't have one of those mics yet. And I got the water machine running, and I got the cat thing running, and it's 4 a.m, and everyone's sleeping, and I don't want to yell, but I'm like, who fucking cares? I'm inspired, in spirit. The spirit is in me, wanting to give information. So, am I going to decline that offer? Absolutely not. That would be the dumbest thing to do. If I want to stay in the flow, you got to work fast. If you work too slow, you lose the flow. When those inspiration comes, you can't go and be like, oh, I'll do it tomorrow. Oh, I'll go write it down tomorrow. All the geniuses, all the innovations came, you hear at random times. People woke up from dreams, wrote down ideas, had different things come to mind, and you have to jot it down quick. I don't have any examples right now, but I know there are them. Steve Jobs, Walt Disney. You look at any innovator, any pioneer, any visionary, they agree with this point. So, keep it gutter. Doesn't need to be perfect. Keeping it gutter allows you to move. When you move, you get the blood circulating. When you move, you get to see it in the actual reality. When you move, you get to feel it. Then you make momentum. You're moving. It's like you're rubbing your hands together. Do it at the beginning. Momentum. You're moving. Movement. It's momentum. Then you got energy. Then you can read it. You get an experience. And everything is valuable. Everything is valuable. The only thing that is not valuable is if you're not moving. If you're rotting. If you're not moving, you're rotting. Make sure this is still filming. Yeah, it's still filming. So, the road to ruin is this stuff. I don't want you to go there. Most artists go there. 90% of artists that I know go to the road to ruin. And that's why there's that stereotypical phrase that it's hard to be an artist. It's really difficult to be a successful musician. Musicians are broke, starving artists, blah, 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 bullshit. Because they're following the wrong advice of scammers and idiots who don't know what they're talking about. So, let's get you on the road to riches. Fuck the road to ruin. You know what the warning signs are. It's overthinking and it's stagnancy. Road to riches is movement. Is taking action even if it's not perfect. And learning. And taking it serious and clear focus. That's the key. That's the key with this. Focus. Focus. You gotta just laser focus. Laser focus. Horse blinders. You don't see anything else. You just see absolute victory. That's all you see. You get to the road to riches. You keep it gutter, I guarantee. If you keep it gutter, if you move, if you take action every day, if you build momentum and you iterate and make yourself better and seek and find out what's the best way to do things, you will win. You'll end up in the road to riches. End of the day, you never give up, you'll end up in the road to riches. You can't compare yourself to others and how long other artists took, because you have your own unique set of obstacles and story that you need to go through. You know, you're not, your life is not, you know, it's like a movie, right? If a movie didn't have ups and downs and all this drama, we wouldn't watch it. It wouldn't be interesting. So same with your life as an artist or a producer. You have to go through your story. And even more so now with so much flooded music, no one cares if they just hear your music. No one cares if someone just sends you your music. If I send you my music right now and you don't know who I am, you don't care. That's the truth. So every artist needs to be able to tell their story. And if you don't have any story, you're not interesting. So you have to go through your story. You can't compare yourself to others. You may have to go through a difficult journey. But look at it all like it all contributes to your life as a work of art. And you put that in your music. As long as you don't give up and you're doing these proper steps, you're going to end up successful. You will, I can promise you that. Key is not giving up. Focus, keep it gutter. Decide it's going to be a banger. That's the first step in my book, The Metaphysics of Music. You got to decide it's going to be a banger. If you haven't picked it up, I highly recommend it. 3 clear steps out of your head into the zone. It's like a guidebook to always go back and remember this stuff. Because resistance comes in strong. When you're going on the road to riches, when you're making that progress, resistance is like your old self. It's like, oh no, I'm going to come in here, I'm going to fuck shit up. And you got to be ready to fight. And you got to see with the eyes. You got to be able to see the sneakiness of the resistance. Because it's going to cut your Achilles heel. It's going to try to cut it. And if you're not sharp, if you're not focused, if you're not moving, and if you don't have a guide, you're screwed. That's also a reason why you go to the road to ruin. Lack of leadership. Lack of guidance. You know, any great master in anything, music, sports, would be nowhere without a mentor, without a teacher. Same goes with music. I would be nowhere without my mentors. Shout out Charles, shout out George, shout out Katrina, shout out Thomas, shout out Stafford. All these people greatly contributed to me being able to advance and literally save a lifetime of practice, condensing it into what's the essential information. And I'm here passing on that information. That's why I do what I do. My mentors did so much for me. So, stay off the road to ruin, go on the road to riches. Only bangers.life.